we're now ready to fill the shell with apples. We've removed the shell from the refrigerator. It's nice and chilled. We take our apples, kind of give them one more stir. Get all that sugar up off the bottom. And pour it in. It may seem like a lot. Don't worry, it's going to cook down. Scrape every last bit out of there. Really mound it up. And spread it all out. One escapee there. Just put them back. Okay, perfect. All right, so now we are going to roll out the top. Okay, so just set this aside. Get your pie crust that you set aside. Now, we're not going to use all of that. There's too much there. You're not going to cut this in half again, but you might want to say cut off, I don't know, like let's say a third of that, okay? So this is what we're going to use. Put this back. Again, that's available for your pinwheels or whatever else you want to make. Take this guy. Now the rolling method is the same. I'm going to start by kind of pressing, rounding out, and rolling in your hands here. Press down with the palm of my hand. A little extra flour. Some underneath is helpful too. Go to the rolling pin. All right. Just keep rolling from the outside. Or excuse me, roll from the inside out, inside out. If it sticks, just add a little flour and underneath.
And if it rips?
If it rips, let's just say that something, we were rolling too hard and it tore like that. Take a little piece of your other dough. If you can't sort of mend it like that, take a little piece of dough from somewhere else and just put it right on there. It's also helpful to have a little bit of water nearby. Sometimes just dipping your finger in some water and adding a little bit there helps that patching piece to kind of stick, and then add a little flour on top. So don't be afraid if it rips. You can always fix it. Alright, so we want to just basically roll this big enough so that it will really cover all of those apples and connect with the sides so that we can pinch it and seal the whole thing up. This is where your giant spatula really comes in handy. I'm just going to do this and I'm going to check it. And maybe just a tiny bit more here. Okay. All right, now just a word about patterns on the top. I like to make, poke a little pattern in the dough because you want room for the steam to escape. So take your dough, flour it good, very carefully fold it in half. Take your knife and just make a pattern. I'm just going to go like this. Okay. Then I'm going to go like this. Just making sort of a big cross. I'm poking all the way down through both layers, okay, in order to, just kind of allow steam to escape. Sometimes I like to go like this, just sort of making a circle on one side. This is where it's fun. I mean, you can just kind of do whatever you want. Be creative. It's always good to use that knife to get that edge up. You can open it up. Well, it's kind of hard to see, but there's our pattern. Bring your pie back over. Grab it and pull gently. Perfect. Next, we're going to seal. Probably should have done this earlier, but it really helps to have a little bit of water here all along this edge. Let me do that now. Boy, if you're you're watching this and you do this later, do this step first. Just add a little bit of water all around. And it'll really help that stick. Okay, now go ahead and pinch. And basically we're just pinching to seal. And we're going to trim some of this excess, so just basically pinch all the way around. Flour your fingers if they stick. Make it a good seal. Really squeeze it. Okay, and now go ahead and trim the excess off. Now you want to leave yourself a little bit there so that you can pinch it and make an edge. All the way around. I like to leave myself quite a bit to make a nice crimped edge. So now basically I'm going to push this into the lip here. Again, squeezing and sealing as I go. And once I'm done with this, I'm going to crimp it. Adding flour as my fingers feel like they're sticking to it. Okay, it's all sealed, so now I'm going to add a crimp with my fingers. Just back and forth. It's that nice fluted, crimped edge. There we go. That's a little lopsided, but that is now ready to go in the oven.